Hello, good morning, children. Let us continue our fourth lesson, that is animals, food, and shelter. So, last week completed two videos. So, today we start our video number 3 of this lesson, animals, food, and shelter. I hope, children, you all read the lesson. Now, children, first of all, I recapitulate our video number 2. So, listen. First of all, we learned the carnivorous animals, means the animals which eat flesh of other animals. These are called carnivorous animals. For example, lion, tiger, cheetah. After that, we learned about the teeth of carnivorous animals. So, carnivorous animals have sharp pointed teeth. What they called? Canine. By using that canine, they can tear the flesh. They also have incisors and molars for grinding and cutting purpose. Then animals like tiger and cat have a rough tongue because they have a small projection on their tongue called as a papillae, so that their tongue becomes rough and they can lick the food. After that, we learned about the omnivorous animals, means the animals which can eat both plants and flesh of other animals, and these animals are called omnivorous animals. For example, human beings and bear and peacock and hen also. Then after that, we learned about the teeth of omnivorous animals. These animals have canine, incisors, premolars and molars because they can eat both, means plant and flesh also. So they have a canine and incisors and premolars. Then I show the human being's teeth. In human being's teeth, we have 20 milk teeth and 32 permanent teeth. Then we learned about the scavengers. What is mean by scavengers? The animals which feed on dead animals or animals' body. These are called as a scavengers. For example, hyena, jackal and vulture. Then we discussed about the teeth of scavengers. So the scavengers also have sharp and pointed teeth. But these animals do not have flat teeth. Children, scavengers do not have flat teeth. They eat the food as in a chunks. They tear and eat the food as in a chunks. Now we start the next part. Listen, children. Nature has gifted all animals special body parts to help them catch and eat their foods. Animals like frogs, snake and chameleons have a very long and sticky tongue, which they use to catch insects from far. They do not have a teeth and therefore swallow their food all at a time. Rabbits, squirrels and rats gnaw their food. Their front teeth are sharp. These teeth help them bite and cut hard and strong things like hard nuts, rough tree trunks and so on. These animals mostly eat seeds and fruits. So children, read this one para. Then I will continue read the next para. Then I explain. Mosquitoes, hummingbirds and butterflies have a special long tube-like structure called proboscis. They use it as a straw to suck or draw blood from their prey. Butterflies suck nectar from flowers in the same way as we use a straw to have a cold drink. The proboscis is coiled up when not in use. So children, now I explain this part. So what is this, children? Here I explain special characters in animals. Because of that they can eat the food easily. So listen, children. Animals like rabbit, squirrel, rat and mice, these animals have sharp teeth which are present on a upper jaw. See that sharp teeth. Because of that teeth, they can gnaw, they can eat the hard seeds, hard fruits, and they can also eat the rough tree trunks. See that squirrel can eat the groundnut. It is a very hard one, but by using the front teeth they can gnaw. See that squirrel can eat the groundnut. It is very hard one. Now the next part, children, insect like mosquito, butterfly and honeybee. These insects have a very special structure, that is a proboscis. What is proboscis? A butterfly and then mosquito have a long tube like structure. It is called as a proboscis. The long tube like structure called as a proboscis. By using that proboscis, the butterfly and mosquito can suck the food. Here the proboscis is a coiled when it is not working, and the proboscis is a straight one when it is sucking the food. See that proboscis. First picture it is a coil and second one it is straight. Now see children, a honeybee suck the nectar. At that time the proboscis is a straight one. When the honeybee suck the nectar, it is straight one. See that honeybee how it suck the nectar. Now next one, when the mosquito, see the mosquito suck the blood. At that time the proboscis is a straight one. See how the mosquito suck the blood. So children, mosquito suck the blood, butterfly and honeybee suck the nectar. Now the next one, that is insect like chameleon and frog. These insects have a very long and sticky tongue. See, the both animals have very long tongue, and by using that long tongue they can capture the prey. If they are sitting on one branch of a tree and the insect is another branch, they can easily catch the insect by using their tongue. See that frog has a very long and it is a sticky. See the tongue is sticky, and because of that sticky tongue they can catch the insect very easily. Now the next one, the snake. Snake can swallow their food. Snake can swallow whole food. That does not cut or chew the food. See, the snake can swallow the whole food. See, the snake swallow the whole egg. It does not cut or chew the egg. See, the snake can swallow the whole food, children. Got now what I said? Now the next part, children, that is the elephant. Elephant what? Elephant has a long trunk. By using that trunk they can take bath, they can eat the plants. Now the next part, children, I will read here. Kinds of animals on the basis of their shelter. All animals need shelter to protect themselves from rain, snow and their enemies. Shelters are also needed to lay eggs in order to give birth to the young ones. Animals guard their newborns in their shelters from bad weather and hunting animals. Wild animals are found in forests, mountains, deserts and so on. They have to find or make their own shelters. Lions and tigers and rhinoceros, giraffe and elephants are some wild animals. So children, here we discuss the types of animals on where they live, means on their habitat. We can classify the animals into two types. One is the domestic animals and the second type, that is the wild animals. Now one by one we discuss this one. The first one is the wild animals, means the animals which lived in a forest or jungle. These animals are called as a wild animals. For example, lion, deer, elephant, cheetah. These are the wild animals. Now the second type, what is the second type, children? The second one is the domestic animals. So the animals which live nearby our home or around us. These animals are called while domestic animals, for example cow, goat. Now why do we need a house, children? You know why do we need a house? We need a house to protect us from wind, strong wind, and it also, our house also protect us from cold and rain. In heavy rain we can sit outside the home? No, inside the home. And house also protect us from thieves and from wild animals also. So house is very protective place. Now animals also need house, children, means animals need shelter to protect themselves from heat, cold, wind and rain, and for to lay the eggs, give birth to their young ones, and for the protection of their young ones they need the shelter. Children, here domestic animals live in a man-made shelter and wild animals live in a forest. Now one by one we discuss where the domestic animals live and where the wild animals live. First of all, domestic animals like dog live in a kennel. Hen where live? It lives in a coop. And a horse lives in a stable. And a cow lives in a shed. These are the all man-made shelter where these all domestic animals can live. Then after that, the wild animals like lion lives in a den. Then the cheetah, it lives on a tree bark. Then some animals lives in a tree hole. And the birds lay their eggs in a nest. Then rabbit lives in a burrow. Means the wild animals lives in a den, caves or burrow. Then after that, the animals which are adapted to live with human beings, these animals are called as a pet animals. For example, cat, dog, parrot and fish also. It is also pet animals, children. And these pet animals gives love and companionship to us. And next one is the farm animals. So the animals which are reared for their products like milk, egg, meat and other uses. These are the farm animals. For example, horse, hen, then goat. These are the farm animals, children. Now the next we discuss about the uses of animals. What are the uses of animals, children? The first use is the cow is the most useful animal because it gives us milk and it also gives us cheese, because by using milk we prepare cheese. The next use is the animals like horse, then bull, donkey. These animals are used the cars, and these animals are also used in a ploughing in the fields also. Now the next third one is the sheep and yak. It is very useful because these animals gives wool. By using that wool we can make the warm clothes like sweaters. So sheep and yak is also useful because they give wool. The next one, the dog is very faithful animal friend. It guards the house of its master and it is used in a crime bureau because the dog has a very strong sense of smell, so they can catch the thieves. And so dogs is very important to detect the crimes also, and it guards our house also. Now the next use of animals. So listen, what is the use? Now the animals like sheep and the other animals like deer skin, the skin of the deer and sheep, it is used to make the leather. By using that leather we prepare the purse and belt. Now listen the next part. Both domestic and pet animals live in and around our homes. Farm animals and pet animals are kept clean to avoid any possibility of diseases and ill health. For animals to stay clean and healthy, they must be given at a bath at least twice a week. Then regular checking for insects like ticks and mites that may cause wound or infection, proper and adequate food and clean drinking water, clean surroundings and shelter, free from dung, urine, etc. Then proper and regular medical checkups with veterinary doctor and proper vaccine. So children, here we explain ways to keep animals clean and healthy, means how we can keep our animals healthy. The first point, that is we should give bath at least twice a week. So we should give the bath to our animals. The next one, there will be regular checking for insect like ticks and mites, because of that insect our pet will be wound. So to avoid this, we can check whether they have a ticks or mites. The next one is we should spend the time with our pets. The next one, we should keep the shelter very clean, free from dung and urine. Then we should give the animals food and water at a particular time in a particular amount. The next one, we should check up our animals to a veterinary doctor. Now veterinary doctor means what? The doctor who treats the animals. This doctor is called as a veterinary doctor. So there will be proper and regular medical checkup to our animals and give the vaccines to our animals. So here we completed our lesson, children. Now I tell what is the summary of this lesson. So first of all, in this lesson we discussed all animals need food to live, grow and keep good health. After that we learned about the producers and consumers, means the living things which prepare their own food. These are called as a producers. Here plants are the only producer. Then the living things which depend on plant and other animals, these are called as a consumers. And next one, we discuss about the classification of animals according to their food habits. So there are the 4 types, that is the herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous and scavenger. The first is the herbivorous. Animals which eat only plants, these animals are called as herbivorous animals. For example, cow, goat and buffalo. Then in that herbivorous animals, we discuss the teeth of herbivorous animals, means the herbivorous animals have wide and flat teeth, and they also have incisors and molars. By using that, they can cut and grind the food. In herbivorous animals like cow, buffalo, these animals are called ruminants, means the animals which can eat the food without proper chewing. After that, they take the small amount of the food from their stomach into their mouth, and then they chewed it, cut it properly and swallowed it. It is called as a rumination, mastication or cud chewing animals or ruminants. After that, we learned the second type of animals, that is the carnivorous animals, means the animals which eat flesh of other animals. These are called as a carnivorous animals. For example, lion, tiger and cheetah. The next we discussed about the teeth of carnivorous animals. Here the carnivorous animals have long, sharp, pointed teeth called as a canine. By using that canine, they can tear the flesh, and these animals also has incisors and molars. By using that, they cut and chew the food. After that, we learn the tiger and cat has a rough tongue, and by using that, they can lick up the food. Then we discussed about the omnivorous animals, means the animals which eat both plant and flesh of other animals. These are called as omnivorous animals. For example, human beings, bear, hen and peacock. Then we discussed about the teeth of omnivorous animals. Omnivorous animals have canine, incisors, molars and premolars because they eat the both type of food, means plant and flesh. Here I show the teeth of human beings. You can see na teeth of human beings. In human beings there are 20 milk teeth and 32 permanent teeth. So children, are you remember how many teeth does the omnivorous have? 20 milk teeth and 32 permanent teeth. So children, once again I said that 20 milk teeth and 32 permanent teeth. After that we discussed about the scavengers. So scavengers means what? The animals who feed on dead animals or dead animals body. These are called as a scavengers. For example, hyena, jackal and vulture. Then we discussed about the teeth of scavengers. Scavengers also have a sharp and pointed teeth, but they does not have a flat and wide teeth because they eat the food in a chunks. That's why they do not have a flat and broad teeth. Then children, after that we learned about the special structure or special organs which are present in the animals. First of all, we learned about that is the lizard and the frog has a long sticky tongue. By using that they can capture their prey. And the next one, the snake can swallow the whole food. Then we discussed about the gnawing animals like squirrel and rat. By using their sharp teeth they can gnaw the food. After that children, we discussed the insect like honeybee and butterfly. They have a long tube like structure which is called as a proboscis. By using that proboscis they can suck the food, where the honeybee and butterfly suck the nectar and the mosquito suck the blood. After that children, we discussed about the classification of animals depending upon the shelter. So there are the two types of animals. The first one is the domestic animal and the second one is the wild animals. So the domestic animals which live around us and the wild animals are lived in a forest or jungle. Here in domestic animals are two types. One is a pet animal and one is the farm animals. The animals which are adapted to living with human beings, these are called as a pet animals, and the animals which are reared for their products, and these animals are called farm animals. For example, cow, buffalo and hen children. So got na what are the pet and farm animals? After that we discussed about the shelter of animals, means domestic animals like cow, horse, and horse lives in a stable and the hen lives in a coop. These are the man-made shelters. And the animals which live in a jungle, means wild animals like lion lives in a den, rabbit lives in a burrow, and these shelters are not man-made. Then after that we discussed about the how we can keep our animals clean and healthy. So we should wash our animals at least twice a week. There will be regular checking of ticks and insect. Then we should give the adequate or sufficient amount of food and clean water. We should clean their shelters which is free from dung and urine. We should show our pets to a veterinary doctor who treats the animals, and we should give the vaccines at a proper time. After that children, we also discuss about the uses of animals. So animals like cow gives us milk, and by using milk we prepare the cheese, curd and another milk product. Then animals like horse, then bull and camel. These animals can draw on the carts, and these animals also used in a field to plough the field. Then after that, animals like sheep and yak, they gives us wool. By using that wool we prepare the sweater. Then animals like dog. Dog is a very faithful animal and it guards our home. And some dogs are used in a police because they have a strong sense of smell. So here we completed our lesson, children. After that, in a next video I send the PDF of new words, words meaning and fill in the blanks. So you read the lessons very carefully, children. When you read then and then you can pronounce the words. Up to there, children. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you, children.